On a cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Calenhad stands the tower fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the Dream Realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
I am ready.
Know this, apprentice. If you fail, we Templars will perform our duty. You will die. This is Lyrium, the very essence of magic, and your gateway into the Fade.
The harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you, and remember the Fade is a realm of dreams. The spirits may rule it, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, First Enchanter. You are ready.
Oh, I probably should read those. Okay, so as the game proceeds, I will get entries in my codex telling me about certain people and places. We're going to actually read them all. So I apologize because there's going to be a lot of this has to be called a Let's Read Dragon Age Origins rather than Let's Play. But oh well, here we go. So we're in the Harrowing. Among apprentices of the Circle, nothing is regarded with more fear than the Harrowing. Little is known about this rite of passage, and that alone would be cause for dread, but it is well understood that only those apprentices who pass this trial are ever seen again. They return as full members of the Circle of Magi. Those who fail, of those who fail, nothing is known. Perhaps they are sent away in disgrace. Perhaps they are killed on the spot. I heard one patently ridiculous rumor among the Circle at Rivian, which claimed that failed apprentices were transformed into pigs, fattened up, and served at dinner to the senior enchanters. But I could find no evidence that the Rivani Circle ate any particular quantity of pork. From A Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Giovanni. Or Genoviti. We have two characters, too. Who do we have? We have Knight Commander Gregor. My magic is a gift, but it is also a curse. The Circle of Magi has trained me, and us Templars of the Chantry stand vigil to ensure that training is adequate. And First Enchanter Ivering. If I want to survive, I must learn the rules and realize that sometimes sacrifices are necessary. We have our controls. Which is just our controls down here. So we're not going to read the controls, but everything else in the codex we will read. We have a quest. I face my harrowing, the rite of passage that marks my transition from apprentice to mage. I have been thrown into the Fade to fend off the demons that see me as a gateway into the world. Prove that these demons have no hold over me, and that I am fit to wear the mantle of a circle mage. A nice looking place. Very weird. Oh, I should mention, when I played this game, I played it as a dwarf rogue when I had first done a little bit of this game. Again, some prep. This won't ruin too much for anyone, but I got up to the first mission city, which would be the second city. It's called. I don't think I can spoil very much by saying this. I got up to Redcliffe, and I beat Redcliffe. I beat it as a dwarf rogue, so I'm not too familiar here with what the mage is going to be doing. I have been in the Fade before. We got Shimmering Orb of Light. It is difficult to be sure what this scintillating, shimmering item really is, but just holding it makes me feel better. This orb instantly restores some of the user's health. I'll take it. And place it. Oh, here's my inventory, by the way. I won't spend too much time going over inventory. If you've played any role-playing games, you're familiar with it. You can sort your items based on this. It's the newest, actually. That kind of works. Alright, and that's pretty good. You can see my stats here. You can see a better indication of my stats on this side instead. Hovering over these will also give you more information about what they actually affect. I will look at these off screen then. Look at this thing. Beyond the Veil, Spirits and Demons. It is challenging enough for the casual observer to tell the difference between the Fade and the creatures that live within it, let alone between one type of spirit and another. In truth, there is little that distinguishes them, even for the most astute mages. Since spirits are not physical entities and are therefore not restricted to be recognizable forms or even having a form at all, one can never tell for certain what is alive and what is merely part of the scenery. It is therefore advisable for the inexperienced researcher to greet all objects he encounters. Typically, we misuse the term spirit to refer only to the benign, or at least less malevolent creatures of the Fade, but in truth, all Desians of the realm beyond the Veil are spirits. As the Chant of Light notes, everything within the Fade is a mimicry of our world, a poor imitation, for the spirits do not remotely understand what they are copying. There is no surprise that much of the Fade appears like a manuscript translated from the Tevinter into Orlesian, and back again by drunken initiates. In general, spirits are not complex, or rather, they are not complex as we understand such thing. Each one seizes upon a single facet of human experience: rage, hunger, compassion, hope, etc. This one idea becomes their identity. We classify as demons those spirits who identify themselves with darker human emotions and ideas. The most common and weakest form of demon one encounters in the Fade is the Rage Demon. They are much like perpetually boiling kettles, for they exist only to vent hatred, but rarely have an object to hate. Somewhat above these are Hunger Demons, who do little but eat or attempt to eat everything they encounter, including other demons. This is rarely successful. Then there are Sloth Demons. These are the first intelligent creatures one typically finds in the Fade. They are dangerous only on those rare occasions that they can be induced to get up and do harm. Desire Demons are more clever and far more powerful, using all forms of bribery to induce mortals into their realms. Wealth, love, vengeance, whatever lies closest to your heart. The most powerful demons yet encountered are the Pride Demons, perhaps because they, among all their kind, most resemble men. From Beyond the Veil, Spirits and Demons, by Enchanter Midrommel. Ooh, that's very interesting. Ooh, I'm in combat. Alright folks, combat.